大谷翔平選手が1番投手兼 DH で先発出場したドジャースとブルージェイズのワールドシリーズ第7戦、ドジャースは延長11回を5対4で勝利し、ワールドシリーズ2連覇を達成しました。山本由伸投手は第6戦に続く執念の連投でチームを勝利に導き、ワールドシリーズ MVP に輝きました。歴史に残る一戦に、現地解説陣も狂喜乱舞、試合後の現地放送を翻訳してお届けいたします。
The Dodgers are back-to-back World Series champions on this double play to end the night. An all-time classic, Game 7 of the Fall Classic. So many heroes. The Blue Jays were 2 outs away from winning the World Series until Miguel Rojas hit a home run in the 9th inning. Will Smith homered in the 11th. Yoshinobu Yamamoto, 96 pitches last night, 2 2/3 innings tonight to get the win. Jerry, capped off right there by that double play.
Outstanding job. These guys never stopped believing. They played incredible baseball. To lose back-to-back games at home and then go on the road, hostile environment, and win games 6 and 7. And that man right there, Yamamoto, rightfully so, the World Series MVP.
I think we represent so many of the fans out there because elated, stunned, shocked, still kind of feeling the adrenaline and the nerves going on as we're watching them celebrate. I think partially disbelief, but also believing, and they believed in each other. And I'll tell you what a gutsy performance by Yamamoto and everybody. It was incredible. The timely hit, Miggy Rowe coming through. I mean, man, we just look back on this entire year, culminating to this. Just an incredible World Series. Truly, both teams gave us a treat.
Max Muncy's contribution, Will Smith's home run, Miggy's home run, Miggy's defense, and coming into this game on both sides, there were about 2 or 3 guys that could end up being the MVP. But after Yamamoto comes out with no day's rest and pitches the way he does and gets the 3rd victory of the 2025 World Series, there was no doubt who was going to be the MVP.
What a night there in Toronto and all throughout Los Angeles. Everybody can celebrate. With that, I just want to say hi to everybody. Welcome to Access Sportsnet Dodgers, brought to you by Mercury Insurance, John Hartung, Jerry Hairston Jr., Nomar Garcia-Parra, and Oral Hershiser. The Dodgers get it done in 7 games. The first team in a quarter of a century to repeat as World Series champions. We'll have a lot to talk about, but right now, Miguel Rojas, Nomar's called shot tonight, hit a home run to tie the game in the 9th inning, is standing by with David Vassegh.
Here he is, the man that stuck with it all season long, was the big brother, the glue as his teammates call him. The game rewarded him, becoming the first. There's his manager.
Big hero! Talking about leaving it every single ounce of your body and being heart and soul on the field, this is what this guy did.
Thank you. Thank you for the opportunity.
Dodgers legend.
Thank you. No doubt, Dodgers legend, baseball legend, the first player ever to tie the game in a winner-take-all Game 7. What did you see when you hit the ball? Did you know it was gone right away?
To be honest with you, that long at bat, all I wanted to do was hit the ball up the middle, trying to get on base for sure, getting a good pitch to hit. I think fouling the last fastball off gave me confidence to kind of wait for the ball, and he handed me a slider down and in where I do damage, and I feel like I just put a really good swing on it. The ball cleared the wall. I didn't know how, but when I was running the bases, I was just so happy because actually I had a conversation with my wife. For a couple of days now, she told me that something big was waiting for me, and what more special than that, you know?
You're a back-to-back World Series champion, legacy cemented with these group of players. How much do these guys mean to you?
Yeah, this is legacy now because we didn't do it the easiest way. I feel like it took us the long work and a lot of sacrifice, and what the Dodgers have been doing for baseball the last 2 years. It's been remarkable. Everybody should be really happy and really proud for us. I know everybody say that we're probably ruining baseball because we got so much talent, but how about starting the year last year in Korea, this year in Japan, playing the longest season ever for a team that have to play, counting spring training, counting all the games that we have to play during the regular season, Sunday night baseball. I feel like they ask for a lot, and we kind of like in this moment for a reason.
From Tokyo to Toronto, the Dodgers are the world champions. Miguel Rojas, a big part of it. Congratulations. The game rewarded you.
Thank you, David. Appreciate it, man.
There he is, Miguel Rojas, such a big part of this team. They call him the glue.
One of the glue guys for sure. He was not starting a baseball game for 25 days until Game 6 last night, and he helps the Dodgers force a Game 7 with his incredible defense. Tonight, does it with his bat, tying the game with a home run in the 9th inning as we see the party that is about to ensue there at Rogers Center. The Dodgers back-to-back World Series champions. Right now, let's go back to Toronto and hear from Freddie Freeman with Kirsten Watson.
What a game. Yoshinobu Yamamoto, what he's been able to do this World Series tonight, how do you describe it?
No words. That was absolutely incredible. Yoshinobu won us the World Series. That I can't even put that into words. The guy threw yesterday. What is that? That's 3 wins in a World Series. That's absolutely incredible. Oh my gosh. Yoshinobu, Will Smith. Thank you.
You guys had a goal to go back-to-back.
Yeah.
You now stand here as you're a 3-time World Series champion, but to go back-to-back, to make history in that, what does that mean to you?
I mean, back-to-back hasn't been done in 25 years. What's kind of cool is we get to use the same narrative next year because we can do what the Yankees did, 3-time champs. So back-to-back's amazing. 3-time champ, Clayton Kershaw.
How you guys did it.
Yeah.
What does that say about this team?
Man, that was a grind. It was all our pitching. Our pitching did this for us. I'm just glad we were able to score a few runs today.
Freddie, congratulations.
Yeah. Thank you, Kirsten.
Freddie Freeman, now a 3-time World Series champion. We heard him mentioning Clayton Kershaw. Could you imagine, I mean, a better script for Clayton Kershaw to ride off into the sunset as a back-to-back champion, a 3-time World Series champion? Just an incredible scene right now in Toronto. This is their 5th team photo. That was the goal when they won the division and they had their first team photo in Arizona. But this is the one that they all wanted, Jerry, as back-to-back World Series champs.
You know, Miggy mentioned something. This team started in Japan. This team is exhausted. It is a long grind of a season, whether you start in March to the end of the season. If you don't make the playoffs, it's a long season. But for these guys to play a World Series last year, have that long World Series, short off season, and right away start in Japan, and then have a long postseason. These guys found a way to win. We see the setup right there. They cannot wait to pop a little bit of the bubbly and a little bit of the Budweiser as well. These guys deserve all the praise. Again, this team, it's a team. Yes, there are some stars, superstars, probably the best player that ever played this game on this team, but it took everybody, a guy like Miggy Rowe, to stay ready, and when his name was called, he was able to perform.
And when you say everybody, Jerry, it's more than the people who are right there on the team that are on this roster, or even the guys that were traveling just in case anybody were to get hurt, who are currently on the 40-man. Let's not forget what they endured over the entire season and all the individuals that put on that uniform that they needed to kind of hold things down when certain guys were on the IL and trying to come back so they can deliver late in the season like they did. When Snell was on the IL, Glasnow was on the IL. There were so many starters, so many pitchers, so many different guys on there, and you had different guys have to step up and really contribute and give them opportunity to get to this moment, to culminate to this moment and win it. These guys, not only what they endured at spring training, as you mentioned, all the different games and the travel, but it was win or bust.
Yeah.
They lose here, it was a bust. Even it was an incredible series, it was a bust for the Dodgers, and yet still, to the very end, to the 9th inning down, still had to tie it. They fight, they don't give up, they believe in each other, and they pulled it out. Just an incredible season, incredible series.
They started the year with expectations, right? Really high expectations, and they ended up doing the unexpected with the unexpected people. You know, Will Smith catching every inning in the World Series, Glasnow in relief, Snell in relief, and then Yamamoto pitching with no days rest. Absolutely ridiculous execution in expectation in places you're not expected to do it, but they volunteered. They say, I'm ready, and they went out and they got it done. It was pitching and defense, but it was also offensive contributions. Small ones, but huge because of the situations.
We saw some Dodger legends created in this World Series, Oral, and the first one that comes to mind has to be Yoshinobu Yamamoto, the World Series MVP. What he did, throwing 2 masterpieces, a complete game and then 6 innings last night, winning both of those games, and then coming back and winning Game 7 on 0 days rest. He goes 2 2/3 innings. Just incredible stuff we saw from Yoshinobu.
Well, he should be studied because he doesn't throw with his arm. Yes, he has a good arm, but he knows how to set up the lever system. He works very hard on a daily basis to set his lever system up to the point where he has a throwing coach, but it's not to throw a baseball, it's to throw a javelin to make the perfect throw so that when he does have a round object in his hand, which he's making $325 million with, it's going to be done well, it's going to be done accurately, and it's going to be done in a way that he can do it back-to-back days, 3 days in a row, whatever he wants, until, you know, the bones are lined up, but the muscles are responding, and he was absolutely marvelous.
I'm thinking about the entire season. You know, all the starters that we had here were at the end were all on the IL. He was out there the entire year. What he delivered. He was the rock. Yeah. He was the one you counted on. He was your ace. He's the one you depended on, and depended on even more here at the very end. We saw what he was all about last year. He delivered in the postseason last year. And here he is. He delivered again. Oh, we forgot to mention he was warming up in the 18th inning as well. Right. So he was planning on coming in that game as well. So it wasn't just these 3. There was 4 out of the 7 that were played here where he was planning on coming in. But what an unbelievable performance by Yamamoto.
You know, another thing, too, is young athletes don't get enough credit. You know, and listen, I'm all for old school. But Yamamoto is old school. He did what Oral Hershiser did many moons ago. It didn't matter the situation. No days rest. I'm going out there, and I'm going to give my team a chance to win. He did it tonight, but what he does is, yes, he's making a lot of money, but it ain't about that. It's about making sure he's there for his teammates. And Oral Hershiser, when he took the mound back in the day, did you care how much money you were making? Absolutely not. None.
No way.
It's all about your team, and that is the character of each and every one of those guys. I said earlier, there's a bunch of superstars from Freddie Freeman, Shohei, Mookie Betts, Will Smith, but it's all about the team. Yamamoto, they make sure, hey, no matter, Blake Snell, hey, I got hit around a little bit, I'll be ready to go.
Yep.
Glasnow, he's a starter. He came into relief last night and tonight.
Yeah.
It's all about the team. It is so refreshing. These guys do not get enough credits. They don't. And everybody said, oh, it's a big money team. Guess what? There's a lot of teams that spend a boatload of money and they don't make the playoffs. It's the character and making sure you have the right guys in place to be able to win. And I'm so proud of these guys.
And we said everybody was available. You know, no matter what was going on, they said everybody was available. And this wasn't really coming from Dave Roberts. This was those guys telling Dave Roberts, we're available. All of us, we're available. Each and every one of them letting them know, available. What do you need? And he called upon them. Says, okay, yes, this is how we got here. You know, this is what we know we needed in the postseason. And those guys delivered.
And this was after last night, after Game 6. Dave Roberts said Yoshinobu was the only player who wouldn't be available in Game 7. And then today he changed his tune a little bit because Yoshinobu played catch. He felt pretty good and said, Skip, I can give you something tonight. And then sure enough, he goes out there. He did more than give him something. And technically, Oral, he pitched 3 days in a row because he went 6 innings on October 31st. And then he came into this game. It was still technically November 1st in Toronto. And then it was a stroke of midnight. And he finished it on November 2nd. So Yoshinobu Yamamoto, just we're going to be talking about this World Series performance, this whole postseason performance for many, many, many years to come. And there is the Commissioner's Trophy for the World Series champions, Oral.
It's about to get real wet. That trophy, what a performance. It is nail-biting. It is crazy as we watch the game. You know, Pa has his catch in left field, knocking Kike to the ground. I think Kike wasn't hurt. I think he was just laying there going, they didn't score. Okay, it's time to get up and still play some more.
He might have been on the floor going, did you catch it?
Yes.
Did you catch it? Is it in your glove? We're still playing, right? Yes, we are. Man, you got from that catch
And that's
Miggy
the thing.
Rowe, and to his pick at second base.
Well, you guys always talk about having to stay ready. I mean, don't try to get ready. You want to stay ready. Andy Pages was just inserted into the game for defensive purposes for his arm because the Blue Jays had the winning run on third, and they might need to throw out a runner at the plate. And he makes that catch in left center field. Dave Roberts put him out there, and he makes that catch. And then Miguel Rojas, who didn't play or wasn't in the lineup for 25 days, and he has the last 2 nights that he had.
Dave Roberts deserves a lot of, a ton of credit. We talk about making sure you put guys in position, and John, you just mentioned that. Making sure Pages, who has an elite arm, but he's got tremendous range there in the outfield. We know Tommy Edmonds kind of hobbled a little bit with his ankle. He inserts Andy Pages, he makes that incredible game-saving catch. But again, making the right moves at the right time, and that's why these Dodgers are sitting, again, back-to-back champs.
37 years later, these are guys will hug each other, even if they hadn't seen each other in a year or 5 years, because this bond now is so deep. And a few of them, maybe a lot of them, are going to have a chance at back-to-back-to-back. But they are best friends of best friends for life, and they are going to be embedded in Dodger and baseball fans for the rest of their life. They will hear about this World Series.
They will forever have that bond as World Series champions. A lot of these guys winning back-to-back, and then you have the first-timers, the people like Blake Snell, who wanted to be a part of something like this, and Roki Sasaki, a young guy who the Dodgers signed out of Japan, and he's winning a World Series in his first year in the big league. So there are a number of guys experiencing this for the very first time as well.
You win an 18-inning game, everybody in that locker room contributed.
Yeah.
You know, there is not anybody that says, well, we did, and I'm going to get a ring, but I don't feel like I'm part of this. No, they are all part of it.
Just incredible. We're about to have the celebration of all celebrations here in 2025. The Dodgers waiting to get everybody into this clubhouse, waiting for Dave Roberts to address the team, and maybe Clayton Kershaw or someone else will address the team as well as that party is beginning.
Yeah, they're getting the goggles ready. Kirsten, get your goggles ready.
I think Kirsten's in the Let It Burn school, like Clayton Kershaw. But this is going to be a well-deserved celebration for the Dodgers because nothing came easy for this team really all season long. We remember Yamamoto, speaking of how great he was in October, we remember he was 1 out away from a no-hitter in Baltimore, and he loses the no-hitter. Dodgers lose that game, and that felt like rock bottom in the season. Since that day, the Dodgers went 28-9.
Wow.
The rest of the way, 13-4 here in October to win a World Series.
You called it at that time. It was rock bottom, but you said they're going to either do one of two things.
Right.
They're either going to crash and burn, or they're going to use that as motivation. Look what we're watching right there. I think they got that motivation.
Yep, it's starting to heat up there in that clubhouse in Toronto. We heard Dave Roberts mention a parade on Monday. So we let the cat out of the bag, and we're going to have a big party in Los Angeles on Monday.
And I'm getting this in my ear, John. Listen, Kirsch is shirtless, but he is wearing pants. He is wearing pants.
But he didn't really want to wear pants.
Yes.
As he'd like to say. And Kirsch, don't hand him a pair of goggles. He's old school that way.
How about Clayton Kershaw? 3-time World Series champ. First ballot Hall of Famer. He's going to have that on his plaque. 3-time World Series champ.
And who knows? Maybe the Dodgers don't get to Game 7 if he doesn't get out of that bases-loaded jam that he came in, the one game he pitched in this World Series.
This series was so tight. There are so many times that they're going to have nightmares about, did that ball fall in? Did I not get that guy out? Did I not get that home run? Did that ball really go over?
Dave Roberts handing out champagne to everybody. Make sure everybody has some bubbly, has something in their hands.
I think they start with a shot of tequila.
Yes. There's their shots. They're holding little Dixie cups ready for their shots.
As you should.
What tequila is that in the blue bottle there, Noam?
I didn't notice the blue
It's
bottle.
the white bottle with the blue.
Our resident tequila aficionado
That's
here.
Glaso Azul. The Reposado looks like they're going with first, just to kind of give it a nice little toast. And then, you know, it is Dia de los Muertos. That's what you got to celebrate. So,
Is it going with the burn or the smooth stuff?
no, that's not going to burn. That's just going to be, that's to enjoy.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to sip it, though.
Last year, the Dodgers had a parade and a rally on November 1st, Fernando Valenzuela's birthday. Tonight they win in Game 7, World Series championship on what would have been Fernando's 65th birthday. We're all thinking about Fernando tonight. Fernando's patch was on their uniform sleeve all season long. And they're about to celebrate back-to-back World Series champs. Let's listen in to Doc.
Show's here. Real quick and sweet. That's all we got. I can honestly say what you guys accomplished this year is unprecedented. Starting in Tokyo, all the stuff that we had to go through, guys that weren't here, that came later and pitched huge innings, played huge innings. No one ever wavered, and we asked each other to believe in each other. And you guys made it easy for me to believe in you guys. And you can go through the whole postseason, and every single person in this team stepped up and had their moments. And so it's just not about right now. I want you guys to take this with you because this is about life. And I coach because I love you guys, but I want you guys to take this message of what we accomplished going forward. But what you guys did is so special. Hey, and I want to give the stage right now to one person. And we all know who it is. And so
I'm a fucking mo.
My last point is this guy is a first ballot Hall of Famer. Why? Not because of the talent, because every little thing matters. Being a great teammate, how he works, how he's not afraid to compete. And like today, Miguel Rojas, what do I say? Is the game honors you. Today, the game honored Miggy. What Yamamoto did will never be done again. Hey, this is this guy's last guy. This is this guy's last time in the clubhouse as an active player. And so, the floor is yours, Clayton.
Thanks, Doc.
No pass dance.
It's an absolute honor to be in this clubhouse with you guys. I love every single one of you. I can't imagine a better way to go out than to pop out with this group of guys.
What an awesome moment in the Dodgers clubhouse in Toronto. Dave Roberts giving the floor to Clayton Kershaw to address his teammates one final time before opening up the champagne celebration. No more. That was a fitting way for Clayton Kershaw to be able to start this party in Toronto.
You know, these guys, when Clayton Kershaw announced he was going to retire, they were like, well, we got to win it for Kershaw. And you know, because what they think of Kershaw and what we all think of Clayton Kershaw. But I think there were so many other things that just motivated these guys. It was really for each other. You know, Clayton Kershaw, obviously you want him to go out with an unbelievable career, to go out on top the way they did. But I think there was so many other things, too, that really motivated these guys throughout the entire season to get to this point, even toward the end. You know, I know they're all thinking of Alex Vesia as well.
Absolutely.
Alex Vesia is thought, and their thoughts and prayers are still with him and his family. And I'll tell you, I know we didn't mention, but what the Blue Jays did, you know, what the Blue Jays did yesterday also needs to be applauded and commended, because, you know, in baseball, we used to call it a brotherhood. It's no longer a brotherhood, it's a kinship, because it's no longer just males, it's males and females that are all out there that are participating in this beautiful sport, and they recognize that there are things bigger than the game, and what they did to honor him, putting that 51. So I think there's so many things, there's so many emotions that go into this, and finally expressed here. They're thinking of them, and now's the time to kind of celebrate everything that went into this ultimate victory.
Piece by piece, Dave Roberts put it together, you know, telling him and everybody that he believed in, and everybody in that locker room contributed, but then he highlighted a few guys, and he highlighted Miggy, and he highlighted Yamamoto, and then he gave the floor to Clayton. And what a tribute to give it to Clayton in his very last time as an active player to be in there. But what that speech does, too, is that begins his legacy and his march to the Hall of Fame as a first ballot, his statue at Dodger Stadium, three-time world champ that has set an example like the generations prior when Sandy Koufax and Don Drysdale were setting it, when Fernando said it, when all the different guys, Kirk Gibson said it. Well, now Kirsch is now the emblem of what you need to be as a Dodger. This is who a Dodger is. This is what a Dodger does. This is how a Dodger acts.
And Dave Roberts, really said it best. The game honors you. If you put it in the work and you continue to fight, you're going to get knocked down in this game. You're going to be down and out and down for the count. But if you keep fighting, eventually the game will honor you. It may not honor you every single year, but eventually will honor you. For Clayton Kershaw, he continued to fight, and he did come in that one inning and got a huge out for us. But for him to walk away in this game a three-time champion, cementing that historic legacy, he's definitely one of the greatest pitchers of all time, not just in this generation.
We're mentioning Clayton Kershaw. We're talking about veterans like Miggy Rowe coming out, but we have young guys who contributed as well. It takes everyone, and for these young guys, what they're experiencing to do this. But how about having those guys as your role models, as your mentors, to learn from and to carry it on?
Clayton just gave a hug to Emmet Sheehan.
Yeah,
right there.
Came in. Wrobleski. These guys that are just, and there's so many, and then so many throughout the entire season. And let's not forget Will Klein, what he did in the, that's just an example. It took everybody in that 18-inning game. It just took so much. And, but they have guys here to learn from, to continue to try to follow as examples, and also to pass that on to the guys after them.
And I like how you guys use the word fight, because in a lot of ways, this game was a microcosm of this entire series, and it was a microcosm of this entire season for the Dodgers. Nothing came easy for them. They were falling behind. The Padres caught them and took the division lead in September, and the Dodgers rallied. They found a way to win the division. They had to go an extra round of the playoffs this year because they didn't have the bye, so they had to win 13 games as opposed to 11 games in the past. They're down in this World Series after losing back-to-back games at home, Oral, and it's not looking good for the Dodgers, having to go back to Toronto, and yet they find a way to win both games in Toronto, and they did it tonight when they were down 3-0 off the blast of Bo Bichette in the third inning.
It was a game of edges, inches. Everything was about details, everything. You think about the Miggy play, not getting the ball out of his glove, almost like he's going to throw his glove and the ball at the same time, losing his balance. Will Smith's toe coming off and getting back. Are you telling me the details that these guys have worked on from day one in spring training, they needed them all in the very last game to beat a very, very good Toronto Blue Jay team?
That Toronto team is really good.
Really
They were fun to watch. They were a joy. This was an incredible series because you had two incredible teams going at it, and somebody has to lose, and they battled. They fought. They didn't give up. It was easy to really throw in the towel at times too, or just say, man, just isn't there. But they weren't going out. They went out. They went out swinging. Like I said, they're young. They're talented, and they were fun.
In the summer of 2031, Clayton Kershaw will be inducted into the Baseball Hall of Fame. But right now, he's having a party and a good time in Toronto. Let's hear from Kersh right now with Kirsten.
Okay. Why are your pants on? I don't know, Dad. Pants on.
Don't you worry. Clayton, congratulations. I mean, what a way to end your career. What does it mean just to be a world champion again? How special is this?
Look at these guys. It's just amazing when people that are as talented as they are go above and beyond for the team. And you just continue to see that over and over again. Shohei taking the ball tonight, then Blake, then what Yama did will never be done again, maybe. So just like Will Smith catching 18 innings, I'll never get to do this again. Just let it burn. It's the best. I'm just so grateful to be a part of this clubhouse.
You talked about how it's the relationships, the friendships, your teammates is what has made all these years so special. Is that what you're going to miss most about this?
Yeah, thankfully relationships keep going. You know, I'll get to keep in touch with these guys and I'll be around, but yeah, you don't ever get to do something like this again, I'll tell you that. This doesn't happen in normal life, so I got to do it more than a lot of people, and I'm overflowing with gratitude right now. I really am.
How you guys won this game, though? It was incredible. What does it say about this group in this season?
Yeah, they don't quit. Nobody quits. Everybody steps up. Everybody will just do whatever it takes. And just super honored to be in this clubhouse.
And congratulations. Three-time world champion. Has a nice ring.
That sounds good. Thank you.
As all of you guys know, not everyone gets to go out on their own terms in this game. Not only did Clayton Kershaw, Jerry, get to go out on his own terms, he goes out as a three-time World Series champ, goes back-to-back. Just a perfect Hollywood ending to a brilliant career.
And here's the thing, too. He could have ended his career last year and say, you know what, I'm a World Series champion. I'm going to go out as a champion, but he didn't contribute. He didn't come out back and pitch. He wanted to make sure that he has his surgeries, 2 surgeries, made sure he's had his rehab, and he came out and pitched well in the season. We needed Kersh so many times for 2 or 3 months, and obviously he was able to contribute in that postseason with that great inning. He deserved to go out a champion, a 3-time champion.
That's what I just keep thinking of. The course of this season, the amount of people that they needed and the times that they needed. I mean, early on, mentioned earlier, how many pitchers were on the IL that they dealt with, and then how many other guys had to step in and carry. The bullpen really carried this team early in the season while these starters were all on the IL, and then it was until they got healthy in the back end, it was the starters that went through the postseason, because those guys in the bullpen were used so much over the course of the season. But it was different guys throughout the entire season at different moments who really had to put the team first in order for them to ultimately get here. And we saw that so many times throughout this entire season. And boy, was it worth it to end right here.
For me, I think about baseball, and I think about guys that are wavering, well, should I retire or not? Yeah. And then for Kersh to go through the 2 surgeries and say, no, I don't want it to end that way. I want to come back. And there's a phrase in baseball that says, make them rip the uniform off you. Well, he's not making him rip the uniform off him, but he has found a way to kind of rip it off himself. And what a great time to do it. Great announcement, classy, did not become the focus or the distraction for this team. Just continued on, accepted his role, stayed as a leader, showed up, did his workouts, and ends up with another ring.
I see a tequila bottle there.
That was Jack Dreyer.
Well, as Jerry mentioned, Clayton Kershaw finished this season, the regular season. He went 11-2 with a 3.3 ERA. So Dodgers needed him, and he came through in a big way. Let's go back to Toronto and hear from Will Smith, who hit the game-winning home run. He's with David Vassay.
Will Smith, Mr. Clutch. Always. How good does this feel, Will? Your 3rd World Series championship.
There's nothing better in baseball than this. Celebrating the guys, winning World Series, going back-to-back. There's nothing better than this in baseball.
Will, he hung a slider to you. I guess you told me before, you hang it, I'll bang it.
Yeah. What we did, I guess, yeah.
What can you say about what Yamamoto did for you guys tonight and this series?
That was special. That was absolutely incredible. Yeah, absolutely incredible. You know, the complete game in game 2 here, going 6 innings the other night, last night, and 3 today. That's insane. Insane.
Will, one more for you. You always tell me you treat those situations like it's the first inning. How are you able to keep?
Said that to you.
Yes, you have. You said you keep it easy. 2-strike approach. Never allow the moment to get to you.
Yeah.
How did you keep that mentality in the 11th inning?
I was just trying to get on base. Just pass the baton to Freddie right behind me. You know, I just believed if I got on base, Freddie was going to drive me in. That's how we were going to score. He hung a slider, like you said, I banged it.
Congratulations. There he goes, Will Smith.
Dodgers hit 3 home runs in the last 4 innings. Will Smith hit the game winner in the 11th. Miguel Rojas tied it with a home run in the 9th inning. But in the 8th inning, it was Max Muncy's solo shot, cut it to a 4-3 lead. And right now, let's hear from Muncy with DV.
Max Muncy, a three-time World Series champion with the Dodgers. Max, this was a long year from Tokyo to Toronto, but you guys found a way.
Yeah, we sure did. We really extended the season there, didn't we?
How were you able to keep your composure in that moment to hit that home run? Without that home run, it's a bigger hill to climb.
You're just trying to move the baton, really. That at bat, you just try to get something up in the zone. The first pitch I thought was way up, but that told me where the zone was, so I was looking up there, and he left another one up there, and I got a good swing off and got us closer. I wasn't sure if I needed to be too excited in that moment or not, but we're still down one run, but I knew that got us closer, and with the guys we had coming up, I felt really good about it.
What can you say about what you witnessed as far as what Yamamoto did in this World Series?
Unbelievable. Wow. I've never seen a guy do that. And to go out and just still have the stuff one day after he pitched, that's absolutely incredible. That guy's a dog. He put his body on the line for us.
Max, if you look at this game tonight and this World Series, it's the core group guys that were there, that have been there, that have been on the mountaintop. You guys have found a way to keep that hunger. Do you feel like this is the reward, and how rewarding is it to be able to go through a lot of adversity personally?
I mean, if this ain't the reward, then I don't know what is. I mean, this is why you're playing the game right here, to do this, celebrate, lift up that trophy. I mean, you don't need any more reward than this right here.
All right, enjoy the celebration, Max Muncy. You deserve it.
Yeah! You like that?
I love it, Muncy.
I love it, Muncy. David Vassegh getting it in the face right there from Max Muncy as the party continues inside the Dodgers clubhouse. And we've talked about how many different heroes there were for the Dodgers in this entire postseason run. Justin Robleski did not pitch in the Wild Card Series, the Division Series, or the NLCS. All of a sudden, he shows up in the World Series, has 4 scoreless outings in the 7 games. Let's hear from Robo right now with Kirsten.
You're about to go to war out there. How did it feel just being on that mountain, being a part of this game and being a World Series champion?
What was the question again?
Being a World Series champion, just what does that mean to you?
It means a lot. It means a lot. I mean, you can't put a price on it. It's really, really special.
This game was insane. Just being a part of it. What are you going to remember most about this one?
I don't know. Probably Yama coming in. That's what I'm going to remember most. That was unbelievable. Other than starting the first brawl of my career, kinda. Whatever. Cool.
It's kind of a big deal. You did really start the first brawl of your career.
I mean, I wasn't trying to. He tried to get hit by the pitch before, and then he got hit, and then he talked to me, and then I said, come see me, and he didn't. So, whatever. Part of the game.
But it's okay because you're celebrating now this win, how you all had to come together and truly grind extra innings. What does it say about this team and about this season you guys have had?
Yeah, I mean, we know that we can do anything. I mean, we got a really, really good squad, and we're together, and we know we can win every game. And, yeah, we just had that constant belief today and throughout the entire season, no matter what anybody said, especially about the bullpen and everything else. And the bullpen held up today, so we got the win and another ring.
I know you saw the parade from a distance last year. How excited are you just to be a part of this parade in Los Angeles?
Yeah, I'm fired up. Let's go do it. Let's go do it. Let's go, Kirsch. Let's go.
Congratulations, Justin.
Thank you.
Justin Robleski is now a World Series champion. Kike Hernandez is a World Series champion for the 3rd time. His game-ending double play to force Game 7 last night will also be talked about for a long time. Let's hear from Kike right now with Vassegh.
I'm here with Enrique Hernandez, a.k.a. Kike Hernandez, a.k.a. one of the biggest voices in this clubhouse. You've been part of 3 World Series championships.
Yeah, 3 of them. Back to back.
What can you say about this group of guys?
Man, incredibly proud of these guys. The season started years ago in Tokyo.
Tokyo to Toronto.
Tokyo was years ago, but I mean, it took a lot of hard work. It took a lot of people within the organization to get this job done. the guys that were active on the roster, the guys who weren't active on the roster, the guys that, came and went throughout the season that helped us out for however long. Full team effort, full organization effort. This World Series was epic. It was one of the best ever, and we had one of the best Game 7s of all time. And I'm just incredibly proud to be part of this group. I love every single one of my teammates. I love every person in this room celebrating right now. Bernard Lee, he likes free things. He's the one throwing beer at us. Man, it wasn't easy. It wasn't pretty, but we did the damn thing.
How were you able to counterpunch every time they gave you their best shot?
Believe, bro, believe. We believed in each other. We never gave up. This is what we play for. Game 7, even though we fell down 3 early and this place was incredibly loud, we kept fighting. We kept the fight. We kept going. We kept, the dugout was alive, and I think that's what, allowed us to, to keep going and staying positive. And obviously, when you got a guy like Yoshinobu Yamamoto on your team, it makes things a little easier, especially for a guy like me that, all I did was bring in, a piece of fucking a pencil to the project to get an A, but I got an A, and here we are, back-to-back champs, David.
That's right, Enrique. 3-time World Series champion, back-to-back. Kik Hernandez.
Love your nipples.
We've approached that portion of the celebration in Toronto.
It's 10:20 here in LA. It's all good.
It's been about 30 minutes, so the alcohol is starting to kick in a little bit for all of the guys in the clubhouse. And you know what? Well-deserved to celebrate this back-to-back championship. I know we heard from Miggy Rowe earlier with DV. Let's hear more from Miguel Rojas with Kirsten.
Miguel, congratulations. I mean, I just witnessed such a special moment between you, Teoscar, Andy. When you think about how special this team is, I mean, what is it like being a part of this group?
Yeah, this is a family. We kind of build something really, really, really cool together here in this organization. It's not just because we're celebrating and we kind of used to these kind of moments, and winning back-to-back, it means a lot to us. But what it means the most is words like Teo just told me. Like he kind of just told me that I'm a really good player, and I kind of like never stop working, and that's the most important part, and that's why this group of guys is really special. As Kershaw said it, like not a better way to go out. I could go home right now, and I would be happy for the rest of my life. I don't have to play one more baseball game after this, but this organization and this team make you want to continue to go and fight for the fans and fight for the franchise and fight for everybody. And that's what we have right here.
Is that what you were feeling in which you had the game-tying home run?
Not really. At that moment, I was just like trying to put the ball in play, like hit it off the middle to give Chohe the opportunity to hit with runner in scoring position. I feel like keeping me simple, trying to stay up the middle with the fastball, kind of like get me all over this hanging slider. This is my first home run against a right-handed hitter, against a right-handed pitcher throughout the whole year. So really happy to see the results came out today. I was talking to Bates, our hitting coach, saying that I needed a big hit at some point in my life, and I mean it happened today in Game 7 of the World Series.
For you to have that moment, it just felt meant to be. When you think about how this team won, though, whether it was you, Yoshinobu, what does it say about this group and how you guys compete to the very end?
Never quit, and I mean, I just remember the moments in the middle of July when we were asking questions about if this team have what it takes to get here. We got here, we got it done in 7 games, and I mean, it will never be more satisfying than this, especially after the season we have to take it the long route, 13 wins to win the World Series. In an elimination game yesterday, we did everything right. Today, we came here, we were down, Muncy hit a big homer, I got the homer, Willie got the other homer, and then all of a sudden it's a double play with the runner first. Double play right there, ball by Yamamoto. It's the best. So I'm happy for everybody.
Is anything better than these moments right here? Celebrating amongst each other, the champagne, the beer, all of it?
I can't really imagine anything to be better than these moments, because this is what we always like dream of, and we came to spring training talking about repeating and winning another championship, but that was so far away. And I mean, what we've been doing for baseball these last couple of years, everybody should kind of like give us a tip of a hat, because we deserve it. We've been playing a lot of baseball, and we're happy to bring another championship to LA.
Miguel, you deserve it. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you.
Back-to-back World Series championships, 3 in 6 seasons. Jerry, can we use the D word? Can we call these guys the dynasty?
I'm not going to disagree with you because in this sport, it is so hard to win. So many different rounds, and it takes 25, 28 guys. In basketball, you can put it 3 guys, super team, and they can kind of run the table because they're constantly in motion. Defense, offense, offense, defense. It is so much harder to win in baseball. So many different variables. Yes, you can say they won it in 2020, and now back-to-back 24 and 25, this team is that dynasty.
Well, also you mentioned them how many times in a row in the postseason as well. All of that culminates to have these opportunities to get this done. So yes, there's no question about that. It's a mindset. It's a collective effort. It starts from the top all the way down, and they're not done. They want more. They celebrate this, and they celebrate, and then they start preparing again and believing that this should continue.
These relationships will continue. It's unbelievable that we could be here at a desk and be very sad, and Toronto could have won, and we'd been talking about a detail or maybe 2 details that the reason the Dodgers lost, but we're sitting here talking about multiple details of why they won, because they had to hang around. They were behind. They had to have another comeback victory. They had to come behind with an out in the 9th, and their backup shortstop, second baseman, team captain, whatever you want to call Miggy, hits a home run. And then they have to continue on and bring starters out of the bullpen. These guys are on fumes, but they're taking the ball. The details and the volunteering to be the point man, the guy that could end up being the GOAT, you can now be the GOAT.
This championship reminds me of when the Lakers with Kobe Bryant, Paul Gasol, when they beat the Celtics. And I believe it was Ron Artest hit that three.
I was there. I was at that game, Jerry.
They willed themselves to win because the Boston Celtics really were outplaying the Lakers at
3 quarters.
Exactly, for 3 quarters. But because of Kobe's leadership, he didn't have the best shooting night, but what he did, he went to go rebound. He passed. He did what he needed to do, and that's what this team, this Dodger team did. They didn't hit this World Series. They did. Freddie Freeman said, hey, we scored enough runs, but we weren't hitting. But it was led by our pitching staff and our defense. They willed themselves to win, and that is high character because it's not always going to go your way every single year. But what you can do is have the right attitude and put yourself in position. And this Dodger team did that, and they willed themselves to this victory.
Yeah, the lowest batting average for a team to win the World Series in the live ball era was 197. The Dodgers had a few extra hits tonight to raise their average to 203. So they didn't hit. They didn't come through with a lot of the hits with runners in scoring position. They had the 3 huge solo home runs late, which ultimately pushed them over the top to become World Series champions. And hey, they found a way. They found a way. Even if they didn't hit, they had great pitching, and they did have some timely big hits in the form of a home run. As we see the guys holding up the Commissioner's Trophy and passing it around the clubhouse right now, taking photos and soaking it all in more ways than one.
They evaluate baseball players as 5-tool players when they talk about all the tools, but the Dodgers used the 6th tool, and that was the mental side. You know, the mental side of this game. It is so hard to not think about Toronto's going to win when you're down by a run and there's only 2 outs left to go. And it is really, really hard to not give in. Mentally, and they never gave in mentally. They were always up there locking in, and we could shake our heads at them swinging at a slider away at a big moment, or we could shake our heads and say, how can he not throw a strike here? How can you walk a guy and then hit a batter? But no matter what happened, positive or negative, they never let that mental side creep in, or if it did, they fought it back.
It was all hands on deck in Game 7. Blake Snell threw 116 pitches, emptied the tank in Game 5. On 2 days rest, he came out of the bullpen tonight, got 4 huge outs for the Dodgers. And right now, Snellzilla is with David Vesse.
World Series champion, you meant so much to this team during the postseason, Blake. Here it is.
You want to see it? You want to see it? Hey, calm down.
How does that feel, holding that baby right there?
Feel pretty good. Feel pretty good. I've rocked it to sleep already. I'm learning, you know. It's the first time I've held that. Pause. And I'm
Beyond excited. I mean, beyond excited.
You signed with the Dodgers for this. Is it everything you thought it would be?
Yeah, it's a dream come true. A team that's all in together, that wants to win. We only care about finding ways to win. And the ultimate team effort today to win that game and find a way to win against, I mean, we were down the whole game and found a way to come back and win it. And, man, there's nothing better than this.
The Fantastic Four starters. You guys came through time and time again. What does it mean to be not just a one-man show, but be part of a group like that?
I think the best part about this group is that we have time together to get better, to learn from one another. And, man, I'm so excited about what's to come with this group. But for us to do what we did today, dig deep, fight together as a team, Miggy going deep, Will ending it, and then Yama closing it with 2 2/3. I got to learn from him. That was impressive. Impressive.
Blake, when you look around, everybody in this room was playing hurt. They left it all out on the field, including yourself. What does it say about how badly you wanted this for everybody?
I mean, yeah, a lot of people are hurt. But just find a way to win, find a way to compete. And, I mean, it's all worth it in the end. You can't take that away from me. Can't take it away. It's going to be at my crib.
Let me be the first to say it. Blake Snell, world champion.
Can't take that away.
Can't take that away. Snellzilla, hello. Hello.
Blake Snell is a World Series champion, and you look at all the Dodgers pitchers tonight, it was basically all starting pitchers. Shohei Ohtani pitched, Emmet Sheehan, Blake Snell, Yamamoto. Also, Tyler Glasnow had a tremendous postseason for the Dodgers, a 1.69 ERA this postseason. Let's hear it from Glass with Kirsten.
Tyler, congratulations. I know we talked ahead of the game, but to be here, to be celebrating, how special is this?
It's amazing. I've been dreaming of it forever. Just to do with this group of guys, it's awesome.
Came to the Dodgers because you wanted to win. You've now got 2 championships under your belt. When you think about what you were able to do, going back to back, the history you've made, just to be a part of that, what does that mean?
That means everything. I just think to do it with all these dudes, not a lot of ventilation in here. Not a lot, yeah. It's amazing. These guys, it's incredible. Just to see what Yamamoto did, to be honest, it's like some of the craziest things I've ever seen. The guys stepped up. Miggy dominated. Will hit a home. It was just so storybook. I've never seen a series like that. I've never seen a Game 7 like that. I'm just happy I got to be a part of history with everybody.
Fight back. What does it say about this team, though, and how you guys were able to win this one?
There's no quit. We got a bunch of dogs on the squad. Everybody. No one quits. Look at, see, there's a dog right there.
My teammate.
Dog.
The feel coming out the bullpen being a part of this, it was insane.
It was sick. That was dope.
It was nasty.
Let's do it again.
Listen, but you came here.
Let's keep going.
Let's go.
You came here to be a champion, just like him. I mean, to do this in your first year in this organization, what does it say?
It's unbelievable, but we chased this in 2020. We lost it.
Oh, yeah.
And now we on this team.
I know. It's incredible.
Welcome to the...
Yeah, you can't beat them. Join them, baby. Come on. Yeah. Hello.
Carl's Jr. moment of the game. It's a pair of moments. The Dodgers were 2 outs away from their season-ending Jerry. Miguel Rojas ties it up, and then Will Smith would win it.
Great job. 2-strike hitting. Miggy Rowe able to shorten up, gets a hanging breaking ball, and he does not miss it. How about Will Smith? Big Willie style indeed. Another hanging breaking ball and put it on the board. Yes. Love that swing from Will Smith. That will hold up Dodgers 5-4.
And then with first and third and 1 out, we get a double play. Jerry's already celebrating because his feed was ahead of what we saw there here in studio. And they were just letting it loose. So we never realized they're rolling on this stuff, and then I look like such an idiot just jumping around like that.
Man, I still got crazy hops. Well, that's really adrenaline there.
Not bad. Not bad, Jay here.
Yeah. But I tell you what a moment. Listen, we care for these guys so much because we know how hard they work.
And here's the celebration going on all throughout the Los Angeles area. A lot of fireworks being shot off. People doing donuts out in the streets. Everybody, please be safe. Celebrate the night, but whatever you do, celebrate safely and just enjoy the Dodgers being back-to-back World Series champs. All right, let's head back to Toronto. We have Tommy Edman with David Vassay.
Tommy Edman, you came to the Dodgers and now you're a back-to-back World Series champion. What can you say about this group and how you all sacrificed body and mind to be here?
Man, just incredible. We just love each other so much, and you know that's what it takes to win a World Series. We just got such a close group in here, and you can see that right now with the celebration.
The sacrifices you made and the rest of the team made. What does that say about how much you have accountability to each other?
There's just so many unselfish guys on the team. Everybody does whatever it takes to win. We all care about our teammates around us, and you know that's why we're a championship team.
You're the first team in 25 years to win the World Series back-to-back years. How does it feel to be part of history?
Amazing. So cool. It hasn't set in yet, but I'm sure it will in a few weeks. But I'm just enjoying it for now.
Teo, he's dry. He's dry. Take care of Tommy. Take care of Tommy Edman, Teo. 1, 2, 3.
For those of us who will never understand what any of these celebrations are like, or what is that moment like, because everybody's like a little kid again. I mean, obviously you're playing around with adult beverages, but the celebration that's going on there is something that I can't even comprehend, and the fans can't either.
Yeah, I mean, you see all the smiles, you see all the champagne being sprayed, but what really hits you is when you catch your teammates' eyes. And there's such a bond. And I have a picture still to this day of me pouring champagne over Tommy Lasorda's head and rubbing it in like it's shampoo. And it's my favorite picture this day because it's like the culmination of all the work and everything that you've given, and you're getting to share it with them. You know, we'll ask these guys in the future, what was the best part of your career, or what was your favorite game? And it's not going to be about an individual accomplishment. It is going to be about something that you did with teammates.
And the culmination, you know, you're exhausted. What you go through, it's, you know, when you think about just in life at home, thinking the 8 months, what you endure, well, they're enduring that 8 months in life while you're playing each and every day. And at the end, you are running on just pure adrenaline. And then when you're able to go out there and finally celebrate with each other, like, yeah, the kid and everything comes out of you.
I remember being in left field for the final out at Yankee Stadium in '09 when that ground ball was hit to Robinson Cano, and I couldn't get to the pile fast enough. But right before that moment, I thought about my grandfather, I thought about my dad, my brother Scott, my Uncle John, who didn't have that opportunity. And I thought about them, and then when I was running to the pile, I felt I was representing them. Yeah. A lot of guys in that clubhouse are thinking about their dad, their mothers that drove them to Little League practice, game after game. Blake Snell, this is his first championship, understanding that this is not only a special moment for him, it's a special moment for his family and people that have paved the way before him to help him with that opportunity, and the rest of the guys in that locker room. So it's truly a special moment, and I think about that night all the time, and these guys will never forget about this night.
Absolutely. They will remember this night forever, and so will the architect of this Dodgers team. And we have to call it like it is. This is going to be a Hall of Fame executive, Andrew Freeman, right now with David Vassegh.
I am here with the man that has put together a team that has won back-to-back World Series championships for the first time in 25 years. That's Andrew Freeman. We've talked to the players. Obviously, they love each other. What can you say about this group of guys that you believed in?
I got to tell you, we didn't play our best series, but it speaks to the character and the fight in this group to just find ways to win baseball games. The defensive plays at the right time, the big hit, Miggy Rowe tonight in the 9th inning. There were so many different things throughout this series where, in the big picture, we didn't play that well. We didn't play nearly up to our ability. But those big swing moments, we showed up. And it was that calmness, that presence of mind that winners have. And this group feeds off each other, and their desire to bring that championship trophy back to LA in back-to-back years was so strong, and we saw it and felt it throughout this series.
You led the charge 2 off seasons ago to sign Yamamoto. Did you even know he was this type of guy that would go and do something that we haven't seen since Randy Johnson in 2001?
No, I mean, yesterday morning I didn't know this about Yama. Last night after the game, I got a text that said, hey, Yama's preparing. He's getting treatment now. He's preparing and doing everything he can to be ready tomorrow. I was like, yeah, that's great. Like, I love to compete, whatever. Today, there's another text. He got treatment again, and he thinks he's going to be ready. It's like, wow, okay. Went out and catch play, said, I feel great. For him to have as good a stuff tonight as he had last night is maybe the most incredible thing I've ever seen on a baseball field.
Last year you did it with relief pitchers. This year you did it with the majority of your incredible starters. How were you able to get so creative to be able to be so nimble in this series?
And we talked about this, there's a lot of different ways to win. And for us, it's leaning into whatever our team strengths are and figuring out how to maximize that. And our starters, I mean, what Snell did, what Glass did. Glass has never gone back-to-back. What he did tonight. There are so many incredible moments throughout this. Yama's obviously going to outshine it in a lot of ways with what he did, but what Glass did, what Snell did, I can't say a show. It was incredible. Those starters are so talented, and they put themselves in position to be the guys that we wanted to use in Game 7.
You're so invested in your players and your coaching staff and everybody on your staff. Back-to-back World Series champions have not been done in 25 years. How does it feel for you after it's all said and done that you guys are going down in history as one of the greatest teams ever?
I got to tell you, going through this year, I feel it even more of how hard it is. It is incredibly difficult, so I get why it hasn't happened in a long time. For me, the relationships, the amount of time we spend away from our families, the work, the grind for everyone, that is where the satisfaction for me comes, is all the people that we work so closely with, and for them to have this joy, us to have it together, is everything.
Have you held the trophy yet?
Not yet.
When will you do it?
I'm letting everyone else touch it. I'll get a hold of it at some point.
Want some alone time with it?
I do.
Congratulations. You're really special at what you do. Los Angeles is very lucky to have Andrew Friedman.
Thank you, Dave. I really appreciate it.
There he is, the man. Multiple World Series champion. 20, 24, 25, and 26. We'll send it back to you.
He's already giving them another ring. Come on, DV. How about that? The first team in 25 years to win back-to-back World Series championships. First National League team in almost 50 years since the Big Red Machine did it in the mid-'70s. That speaks to how difficult it is to win in this sport. So many heroes. Another one tonight, Emmet Sheehan is with Kirsten. One tonight, Emmet Sheehan is with Kirsten.
Emmet, congratulations. You are a World Series champion. Just saying those words, what does that mean to you?
Everything. I didn't get to be a part of it last year. This means so much to me, these guys. It's everything.
Take this mound in this game. I mean, this was insane. How you guys had to battle to the end, extra innings. Just what was it like for you to be a part of a moment like this?
I mean, it's crazy. I was a small part of it. Just the toughness from everybody. Yama going out there, it's crazy. I mean, Will, Miggy Rowe, I can't describe the way I was feeling.
Everyone talks about just how special this team was. What stands out to you about this group when you think about how this all came together?
Just how close everybody is. Everyone's so close. Even the guys who aren't playing, they're doing their part. They're getting everybody fired up. I mean, I can't say enough about it. It's unbelievable.
So last year you watched the parade from a distance. How much are you looking forward to being a part of that parade in Los Angeles?
I've been looking forward to it for a year and a half, so I'm ready to go.
Emmet, congratulations.
Thank you.
Speaking of parades, we all remember the parade and rally last year when all the fans were chanting to Andrew Friedman, re-sign Teo. Sure enough, he brings Teo back. And Teoscar Hernandez, 2 years with the Dodgers, is now a two-time World Series champion. Let's hear from Teoscar with David.
You can't spell October without this guy. Teoscar Hernandez back in Toronto, winning another World Series championship. What can you say about the feeling?
Amazing. A lot of up and downs, the whole team, but we got special players. That's what it takes to get a title, a championship, get a special players, and they come big tonight.
What about your little brother, Andy Pages, making maybe the biggest catch of the game tonight? What did you see on that play?
I always told him that it's not about hitting. It's not about what happened in your offense. Sometimes the baseball is going to take you and give you a reward by playing the game the right way. He came into the game to make that play, and he did. He saved the game, and then
Teo deserves it. The goatee needs to be wet.
And then the big guys came. Yamamoto, Will, Miggy, everybody. Incredible.
Incredible. One more time. We need this. Back-to-back World Series champion, Teoscar Hernandez. You can't spell October without Teo. Don't forget it.
Teo, Dodgers, baby. Back-to-back.
We'll see you at the parade.
Let's do it.
Back-to-back. Is that right? There's a song.
I love you, Teo. I'm so happy for you.
Yeah, you can't spell October without Teo, but the Dodgers get it done on November 1st to win the back-to-back World Series championships. And we talk about it all season long. It takes a lot more than a 26-man roster, a lot more than a 40-man roster. There are guys who are hurt, not able to perform. Kirby Yates right now is standing by with Kirsten.
Kirby, you came to this team to be a champion. You are a World Series champion with the Dodgers. What does that mean to you?
Dude, I finally picked the right team. It's amazing. Look, you dream of this as a kid. Like, I was pretty emotional. Where I grew up, all the support that I've had from friends, family, and everything, like, I can't describe what this means to me and a lot of people that I know. And just to be on this team and be, like, you know, entrenched in it, and the people that are there, I don't think you get to see what happens, like, on the inside, but, like, I'm so proud of everybody. And I didn't do anything to help, right? You know what I mean? So, like, as a #1 fan, and I can't say how proud I am of, like, Robo, Jack, and, like, all these young guys like Henriquez and everybody that just came up and did their things in the bullpen. And then to have Miguel Rojas do what he did tonight, like, it's unbelievable. It's unbelievable, and I'm just thankful to be a part of it.
Kirby, I want to correct you because you did a lot to help this team get to this position today. When you think about this group, and even all I've been hearing is the rally guys that you guys were, the cheer squad, the support system, whether it was in the dugout, the bullpen. I mean, this was truly a team effort to be a part of this team and how special. I know you were just hitting on it, but a win like this, I mean, what does it say as to what you all have been able to achieve?
Yeah, like, look, like Doc said in the, like, spring training, right? Like, one of the first meetings, like, it's going to take everybody in this room, and, like, I've never been a part of this. Like, I didn't know what was going to happen. And it truly, like, now I get it. Like, now I get it because, like, everybody has their part. And so it's like, you just try and do your part, and you know, you do it to the best of your ability and go from there. What an amazing ball game. I mean, that's probably the best baseball game I've ever seen and been a part of. I'm so happy we won. I'm so happy we won. But, man, what a series. Those guys are good, man. That's a good team over there. Top to bottom, their lineup and pitching and whatever. And, look, it was an incredible World Series, and I had a front row seat to it, and it was very, very cool.
It sounded like Doc was saying, is this it for you?
I don't know. The only thing I've been saying is that, like, it's the first time in my career I don't know that next year's 100%, right? It's hard to put into words, like, you know what I mean? We're getting to that point where it's a conversation with anybody. I'm not going to make a decision now, but I'll make a decision in a couple months and, you know, see what my body feels like, see if I want to do this for another year. But I bawled my eyes out for a while, and this is everything you dream of as a little kid, and I'm just thankful that it happened.
Yeah, regardless of what happens next, you are a World Series champion. Kirby, congratulations.
Thank you.
All right, let's head back to Toronto. Dalton Rushing with David Vassay.
Dalton Rushing, first year in the big leagues, a world champion.
World Series champion.
You are one of the most fortunate rookies to be around these group of guys. And another rookie. Klein, get over here. Get over here, Will Klein.
Come on.
Come on. These are my guys. Will Klein and Dalton Rushing.
A World Series. He helped us win a fucking World Series. Sorry about my language. That was an unbelievable performance. That's something that will go down in the World Series history books as one of the greatest performances of all time, regardless. You look back last year, Brent Honeywell did things for us that helped us. This man did something that will help us for decades and decades and decades to come. I just want that to be known before we get started.
72 pitches in that 18-inning game, World Series win. What does this mean to you to be such a big part of it and the Dodgers winning the World Series? I mean, two rookies that had such a big part at different times of the season.
I mean, I'm just glad I could help, guys like Kershaw and then Vesia with everything they're going through. They've spent their whole lives respecting the game, playing the game, and, just to be able to send Kershaw off like this is just, there's nothing better, man. There's nothing better.
Hey, you got your hype man right here, Dalton Rushing.
Oh, he's the best. I love Dalton.
Dalton, you've been an understudy to Will Smith all year long. He came up with the biggest hit of the game tonight. What have you learned from him?
Yeah, it's been a constant stance of just watching the things that he does. I think everybody that watches this game knows what I want to do in this game, knows the person I want to be, the player I want to be, the things I want to do with a team like this, and being able to see him do what he did tonight is the greatest example I could have ever seen.
Congratulations. There he goes. Dalton Rushing, congratulations.
Thank you.
Big Daddy, okay. Kirby Yates, you were a factor tonight. I saw you on the field.
Thanks, David. You're the man.
You're the man, Dalton.
Yeah, Dalton Rushing, it took over as the backup catcher to Will Smith, but then when Will Smith has the fracture on his hand, Ben Rortvedt actually stepped in and filled in admirably throughout the month of September and actually started behind the plate in the first couple of games in October in the postseason. Let's hear from Benny Biceps, Ben Rortvedt with David Vassay.
A world championship team. You can't forget about the guys that stepped up to help the guys get here. And this man right here was such a big part of it the last month of the season, filling in for Will Smith, and that's Ben Rortvedt. Ben, what does it mean to you to be a late season call-up, do what you did, and now be a World Series champion?
I don't know. I've always said this. I'll reflect later. I don't know. It's just amazing to be a part of this group of people. This group of people, not players. Just amazing players, but more amazing people. And they all came together in October. This is I can't describe it. I can't. Seriously.
You held down the fort while Will Smith got his right hand healthy. He hits the go-ahead home run in the 11th inning. What can you say about your catching partner?
The best. The best. He's the GOAT. He's our captain, and you guys saw it tonight. It's amazing.
Is it everything you thought it would be, winning a World Series?
And more. And more.
Congratulations. Congratulations, Ben.
Thank you. Thank you.
Go enjoy the celebration, Ben. Damn, dude. Get the fuck out.
The party continues there at the Dodgers clubhouse in Toronto, and they're not going to be done. Once they clean up after that, they're going to celebrate all night long in the city they call the Six. Let's go right back to Toronto. Ben Kasparius is with David.
Like I mentioned earlier, it takes not 26 guys, it takes 40, sometimes 50 guys to get you to the finish line. This guy right here pitched 66 innings in the first half of the season when everybody was trying to get ready for October. Ben Kasparius. Last year you were a Game 4 starter. This year your role was to help these guys be ready for this. What does it mean to you to have such a big role in this year's 2025 Dodgers?
Yeah, I mean, it's still my rookie year, so for me to be up with the team for the entirety of the year for the most part, be with these guys, be part of the ups and downs we had in early summer going into August or whatever it was, to see it all come together, be around these guys and help in any way I could in any role was huge for me, just to be able to say that I could do it in different roles and then obviously fill a gap wherever we needed.
Was it all worth it?
Of course it was.
Congratulations on being a back-to-back champion.
Thank you. This is you can't think of anything else. Nothing beats it.
You deserve it. You are a big part of it, Ben.
Thank you.
There he goes, a very serious Ben Kasparius, intense guy right here. We'll send it back to you.
Dodgers are the 2025 World Series champions. They go back-to-back. Right now, let's go back to Toronto and hear more from Max Muncy. He's with Kirsten.
Max, this was an insane game, an insane win, but you guys are World Series champions yet again, making history going back-to-back. What does that mean to you?
It means everything. I mean, this right here this is why you're playing the game. You want to do this, host up that trophy, spray the champagne everywhere. This is as good as reward as it's ever going to get.
How you guys fought yesterday to force a Game 7, and how you picked up this win in extra innings. What does it say just about how special this team is?
This is an unbelievable group. This is one of the best groups I've ever been a part of. And I thought I was saying that last year, and this one's even better. And it's just really hard to put into words what this group means to me.
You saw Yoshinobu just come back out of the bullpen. What were you kind of thinking in that moment and what he was able to do tonight?
Guy's a psychopath. I mean, how do you come back out after you throw 96 pitches or whatever it was he threw? I mean, he put himself on the line for us, and he went out and still dominated. It was absolutely incredible. Oh, my God.
Does this feeling ever get old?
No. It never gets old. I wish they'd use a little less ice, but, it's really cold.
When you think about a team being able to go back-to-back, what does it mean for the future of this organization?
I don't know. We've created the culture here that everyone is starting to learn about, and that's something that I'm as proud of as anything, just knowing that everyone's starting to hear about the culture we've created here, where it's just all about the team, it's not about yourself, and it's something that I'm always going to be extremely proud of.
Mookie talked about he wanted to fill his whole hand. Are you feeling like you're ready to count up the rings now?
We're getting there. We're starting to get there.
Max, congratulations.
Thank you.
Dodgers were in a big hole. They needed to go to Toronto to win Game 6 and 7 on the road to go back-to-back. Dave Roberts pushed all of the right buttons in both games. Let's hear from the three-time World Series manager of the Dodgers. Dave Roberts is at the podium in Toronto.
Congratulations. I like the goggles. It's a nice look.
Yeah.
That game was full of history, and I'm sure you'll find out about all the history. But part of it was you passed Tommy Lasorda. For most for World Series titles. I think Walt Charlton actually has more. But what does that mean to you?
Yeah, it's hard to reconcile that one. I've just got so much respect for Tommy and what he did in the game, and so right now I'm just really elated and really proud of our team, our guys, the way we fought, and we've done something that hasn't been done in decades. And there were so many, as we talked earlier, so many pressure points and how that game could have flipped, and we just kept fighting, and, guys stepped up big. So I could just go on and on about, the big plays, the big performances, and, this is one of the greatest games I've ever been a part of. And this whole series and what the Blue Jays did, and they gave us everything they had, and just such a first-class organization.
You can smell the champagne from here. You pressed the right button at every juncture, especially tonight, but throughout this series. I don't even know what the question is. Can you talk a little bit about how you...
I just think it just goes down to just trusting your players. And, it's nice when you can look down the roster and have 26 guys that you believe in and know that at some point in time their number's going to be called. And that's kind of what happened. And so, Miggy Rowe, I talk about the game honors you, and, right there, the game honored him. He does things the right way, and he deserved that moment. And what Yoshi did tonight, is unprecedented, in modern day baseball. And, just the young guys coming out there with the arms and just the big plays. And again, it's been a long season, man. We started out in Tokyo and ended up north of the border. So just proud of this group of guys.
Good. Jack in the second row.
Dave, what was the mood in the dugout like when Miguel was coming up there in the ninth, and just being able to manage that game with the way it started and the deficit you guys faced? What did it show you about your club that you guys were able to come back there?
We were going to play 27 outs, and obviously it doesn't look great, in that moment. But, I trust him to take the at-bat, and he got a pitch that he could handle and hit the biggest hit he's ever had in his life. And obviously at that point in time, we felt real good about it, and we needed a next-level performance from Yama, and we got it.
Can you walk through just the pitching maneuvers from Snell to Yama and then sticking with him once you got to the 11th, just kind of what was going through your brain those last couple innings?
Yeah, I'm still trying to unpack it. Yeah, Snell was good. I just felt that, he gave us what he had, and I think Glass pitched before him. Honestly, I just kind of try to push guys as much as they could, and, having Emmet in there and, Robo doing his thing, got some big outs. And for me at that point in time, I wanted to give, Roki or Yamamoto an opportunity to keep the game, at bay. And then, once he did that, he felt confident that he could stay in his delivery, wasn't going to compromise health. And then at that point in time, even for that third up, he said, Daijobu, means I'm okay. And so for me, I just trusted him, and he came up big again.
We've asked you about the dynasty question a couple times over the years. I mean, do you look at this as cementing that? Just what does going back-to-back and winning 3 and 6 years kind of mean to what you guys have put together here?
I mean, we've put together something pretty special. I do know that. I'm proud of, the players, for the fans, scouting, player development, all this stuff. To do what we've done in this, span of time is pretty remarkable. And I guess I'll let the pundits and all the fans talk about if it's a dynasty or not, but I'm pretty happy with where we're at.
Go to Steve and then Jim.
Congratulations. I want to ask you a couple questions about Yamamoto. You've dealt with pitchers before. Is there something in his physiology, the way he approaches, what he did tonight is sort of unheard of?
It's unheard of, and I think that there's a mind component. There's a delivery, which is a flawless delivery. And there's just an unwavering will. I just haven't seen it. I really haven't. And, all that combined, and there's certain players that want moments, and there's certain players that, want it for the right reasons. But, Yoshi is a guy that I just completely, implicitly trust, and he's made me a pretty dang good manager.
Are there things, though, that's just part of his makeup? Does he throw differently? Because you usually are not able to do what he did tonight, throw a lot of pitches. And then is there something just in his style?
Well, it's just he uses his body very efficiently. And it's the whole engine that works and not just the arm. So he's just very efficient with his delivery.
Can you just expand?
I can't go into all that. That's not.
A little bit?
No.
Okay.
No.
We'll go to Jim.
I guess my first question would be, how do you say bulldog in Japanese?
Yeah, good question. We had a lot of people that can answer that question.
I mean, what he did tonight, what Buehler did in the 9th inning last year. I mean, similarities, differences, what did you see?
Yeah, similarities. Walker is obviously in Dodger lore, and, Yoshi just put himself right there with him, throwing 100 pitches and come back after a 1 day off and going 3 innings. It's pretty crazy. I'm kind of crazy for sending him back out there, but I just felt he was the best option. And again, it's something that I just never imagined. But you got to trust players, and I believed in him. We all believed in him, and this game again, I'm having a hard time unpacking it. Just what a great series, what a great game, and I think we're going to be talking about this game for a long time.
And the other thing, I mean, you guys started in March in Japan. You started before anybody else, and you're the last team standing. And there's been a lot of ups and downs this season. I mean, if you could put that into a few words, what this roller coaster has been like this year.
Yeah, I mean, you can look back at the miles that we've logged this year. I think Brene Brown comes to mind. Grit. The real definition of grit, passion, and perseverance for a long-term goal, and we never wavered. And it's a long season. We started, as you said, in Tokyo, and we kept going, and we persevered, and, we were the last team standing.
Go to Anthony, 5th row, straight back.
Doc, congrats. As you said, this was not just a great game, but a great series, and, people talk about in baseball mapping out innings or whatever. There was so many things that happened in the series that could not have been mapped out, especially the 18
It wasn't
game.
mapped out.
What can you say about just these two teams just emptying the tank against each other?
That's what it's about. I mean, those guys, I got so much respect for what John does with his team and his staff and the organization, and they gave us everything we had. It was just a brawl. And, both teams fighting and punching back and responding. And, I mean, it's just, I'm speechless. I really am. I mean, it's going to go down in one of the ages, Anthony. And as I'm answering, I kind of forgot your question. Did I answer your question?
Yeah, just you used your entire rotation.
Yeah.
Game 7, it's like these are things that we don't.
Yeah, and I think the thing is that, you look at around the room and you just see guys, and everyone wants to participate. And you just got to figure out when's the right time to call their number and know, when to bet on them, when to push them, when to pull the plug. And it just makes it a lot easier where I just know these guys are ready for whatever moment that I ask of them.
Do a couple last ones. Yuka in the third row.
Congratulations. I know Yoshinobu did really well, but this season and this whole year, you had 3 Japanese players and participated with the Dodgers. And how do you evaluate those 3 players?
They were all different. I think Shohei obviously has the weight of the world on his shoulders as far as expectations, being probably the face of baseball. Certainly when you're talking about the world and, what he did on, he's going to be the MVP in the National League. It's just really special what he's done, and just a great person and a great competitor. Yoshinobu is one of the top pitchers in all of baseball. I think he's shown that this postseason and this year. And Roki, Roki's a young player who really had a tough time early and found a way to kind of get back to being healthy and really contribute in a huge way. And so there's a lot of growth in Roki this year. And I know the people in Japan are very proud of their players, and we're just very lucky to have them.
One last one for Doc. I will finish up right there in the left. We'll get you the microphone.
I'm just curious to know, with the offense struggling the way it was throughout the series, how does that impact the way you manage the pitching staff? What's the feeling in the dugout, knowing that this team really hasn't hit in the way that prior World Series champions have historically? How did you work that out with the pitching?
Yeah, you got to sort of, they were grinding, but yeah, we didn't swing the bats, all postseason like we're capable of. So I think it's just more of you're really trying to, on the margins, prevent as many runs as you can, because it wasn't really expecting an offensive game. And so certainly in a do-or-die Game 7, you're trying to do the best you can to prevent runs. But, Miggy's hit, Will Smith's hit, just huge hits. And, again, I'm just exhausted.
Well, we're so happy for you. Congratulations, Dave.
Thank you.
Hey, let's show you the highlights from this incredible Game 7. Shohei Ohtani starting on 3 days rest on the mound. Top of the first, he's facing Max Scherzer, and he gets his starter with a base hit.
Really good bat path there from Shohei Ohtani. Outstanding job. I thought we'd get the leadoff hitter on. I thought we'd push a run across this inning.
Next up, though, Will Smith, ground ball.
And what incredible play right there by Vlad Guerrero. Just laying out, robbing him of a hit.
What a great player. Great player.
They made a number of great plays defensively as well in this game. Later in the inning, Mookie Betts with Shohei at third. Grounds out to short. Dodgers can't cash in that first opportunity.
Felt like a little bit of a flat tire there, and you just hope it didn't continue.
Later in the inning, Mookie Betts, or bottom of the first, that's Shohei facing Nathan Lucas after a leadoff single, gets a strikeout. And then Guerrero Jr. called strike 3 and throw him out at second base.
I mean, how about Will Smith throwing from his knees back there to get the throw? I know Springer stopped, but nonetheless here, I mean, that was a good pitch on the corner.
Blue Jays had traffic on the bases all night long. Bottom of the second, still no score after a leadoff walk. Addison Barger with a base hit to right.
So Addison Barger, every time he came with the plate, man, to me, felt like he was Lou Gehrig. He was going to do some damage. He had a good series.
Brings up Alejandro Kirk. 2 on, nobody outs. Shohei gets it in on his hands. It's a pop-up to Freddie.
Shohei did not have his best location, but you could tell the arm speed was there. He just had trouble locating.
Dalton Varsho fly out to Teoscar Hernandez, 2 down. Brings up Ernie Clement.
Speaking of Babe Ruth, my goodness, what a World Series this young man had.
He does everything right.
I mean, what a great swing right there. Ball up in the zone and just gets on top. And because Bo Bichette is dealing with a knee issue, he's not able to score.
Bases loaded, Andres Jimenez, and Shohei gets the strikeout and a fist pump.
That might have been his best pitch of the evening with crucial situations so early.
Hurst loves it. Shohei loves it. Top of the third, Miguel Rojas. And Scherzer gets him.
That's a pretty good changeup there from Max Scherzer.
Shohei Ohtani nearly hit a couple balls out in this game.
Nice play out there in left field.
Lucas tracks it down. 9 in a row retired by Scherzer. Bottom of the third, Shohei out there. John Schneider's not pleased with how much time he's been allowed to take to warm up. George Springer, leadoff base hit.
Umpire's discretion on how long when your pitcher who's going to be out there has been on the bases because he's also there.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Discretion because he is Shohei Ohtani.
After a sacrifice bunts, that pitch gets away from Will Smith. Springer over to third. And then the Dodgers decide to walk Vlad Jr. to get to Bo Bichette, and he absolutely destroys that baseball.
A hanging breaking ball, especially with a runner on third base. He's looking for a pitch up so you can at least get a sacrifice fly. He did something better than that. 3-run bomb. Bo Bichette did not miss it.
You know what I was really impressed is the way he still stayed up the middle with that.
Hanging breaking balls end up being a theme of this game.
Yeah. But man, that was a nice swing.
Dodgers in a big hole early, down 3-0. Top of the fourth, Will Smith trying to bring the boys back. That one is off the wall for a leadoff double.
Really good swing by Will Smith, getting those hands inside, getting the barrel to that ball and driving it to left center.
What a great postseason Will Smith had for the Dodgers after dealing with that fractured hand.
Look at that effort out there.
Freddie Freeman comes through with a base hit to right field.
And this was so crucial for the Dodgers just to put one across this inning. They just dropped the 3 spot, bottom half of the third. You got to have an answer.
Mookie Betts pops it up. And the Dodgers are going to have to hold the runners at first and third.
Next year, when we do these highlights and they win the third in a row, we got to have like a nervous meter over here on the left of the screen.
Yeah, it's going to be on John.
Yeah. Max Muncy would walk. Bases loaded for Teoscar Hernandez and Dalton Varsho. Are you kidding me with that catch?
Yeah. Ridiculous momentum swing
I know
right
it's
there.
Sacrifice fly, but man, that gets by. That's huge.
You know, we talk about their defense. In order for us to win this world championship, we had to beat the Blue Jays because they were making play after play on the offensive end and on the defensive end.
So it's a sacrifice fly. Dodgers only get one. A back-to-back diving play from Varsho and then Vlad Jr. to end the inning.
He's got so much range to his right and his left. We saw him go back on balls. Just a great player.
Bottom of the fourth, Justin Robleski facing Jimenez. Almost hits him, but it's a ball. And you see the very next pitch, he does hit him. And then words are exchanged, and I don't think I've ever seen this in the World Series, but the bench is clear.
He wasn't trying to hit him. Doesn't want to put you on.
He's just guys getting loose coming out of the bullpen.
The pitch before he was trying to get hit, and then when he finally gets hit, he's upset.
Yeah. I mean, Jimenez.
And he gets hit on the hand a lot because he wears the hand guard.
And then this is crazy. Springer, the next batter, hits one off of Robleski.
Just absolutely wild. This would have been probably inning double play because Miggy Rowe was right there.
Nathan Lucas strikes out.
I'll tell you that it's really impressive is what Robo did after this because you have the emotion there and then being able to get that K there and then being able to get out of it.
Tyler Glasnow comes in out of the bullpen, able to get Vlad Jr. to end the inning. Top of the fifth, Miguel Rojas has his first World Series knock. Base hit to left.
On a hanging breaking ball.
Blue Jays go to their bullpen. They bring in Louis Varland, the right-hander, not the left-hander, to face Ohtani. And Shohei on an 0-2 pitch is going to bounce one through the right side.
Tell you what, there wasn't much space to hit it over there, but he found the hole and got it through.
Even his weak hits have some high velocity.
The 2 on, 1 out for Will Smith.
Thought he got it here. Just missed it.
He seemed to be on everything in this game tonight. That's out number 2, though. Freddie Freeman, well, he just missed a couple as well.
If there was another game tomorrow, Dave Roberts would be saying, I think our offense is ready to break out. There's a lot of good at-bats where guys just missed it.
I'm glad it's over.
I was joking around like, man, in game 8, they're going to go off. They're just missing it.
6th inning after a leadoff walk, Max Muncy with a base hit off Chris Bassett. Teoscar Hernandez back to Bassett. They get 1, but it's 1st and 3rd for Tommy Edman.
Again, you're just trying to push one across, you chip away. Good at bat here, Tommy Edman. Varsho does not have a good throwing arm. Mookie Betts, come on in, cut the deficit to 1.
And that was huge. Just getting 1, just kind of slowly, just pecking away at it.
Well, you make every pitch really count and nerve-wracking for the pitchers.
Miguel Rojas up the first base line, and he's tagged out. So the Dodgers settle for the 1 run. It's a 3-2 game, though. But in the bottom of the 6th, Glasnow called strike on Jimenez, but Ernie Clement steals second.
Calm when he said, "Oh, it's just a 3-2 game now."
Oh, my goodness. Johnny positive with the Johnny negative real quick.
Just a 3-2 game.
Well, especially after this double to the gap, and it's immediately a 4-2 game again.
Johnny, how do you feel now?
I was not fine, okay? We all know this. 7th inning, Trey Savage, who's so good for the Blue Jays in this series as a starter. He comes out of the bullpen. Freddie Freeman to Vlad Jr., and they turn 2.
I mean, another great double play. I mean, the defense, and you can see that, the emotion, and they were playing really, really well.
Has Vladdy Jr. won a Gold Glove at first? He hasn't. Okay.
He has one.
Okay. He's going to win multiple.
So it's still 4-2, 8th inning, time running out for the Dodgers, but Max Muncy off of Savage crushes that and makes it a 4-3 game.
That funky Muncy gets a hanging split that didn't split, and he's able to knock it about 395 feet off the facade. Great swing, Max Muncy.
Just punishes that baseball.
A few more hitters counts off the youngster. He didn't have quite the location he had in his start.
Bottom of the 8th, 4-3. Emmet Sheehan comes in to face Clements. This is his 30th hit of the postseason, a new postseason record.
He handled the bat so well throughout this entire World Series. Just watching him, I mean, the pitch up, he stayed on it. If their pitches was down, he was able to get to him as well.
Blake Snell comes into the game. Jimenez pulls the bat back, and it's a rocket right at Muncy.
So many different times you think they're going to lose this game, but it just seems to keep it close.
George Springer up there. That's a swing and a miss.
Absolutely nasty right there. Slider.
Great location. Great execution right there.
Davis Schneider, he goes down swinging as well. So here we go to the 9th inning. The Dodgers down 4-3. First hitter was retired. It's Miguel Rojas. Nomar, your called shot ties the game.
Miggy Rowe, veteran, coming in. Hasn't played much, but you knew he was ready for the moment when called upon. Stays back on the breaking ball. And he was just putting it in play. He was going to fight. Picked him because I knew he was going to find a way to just fight every at-bat. He does there, and it goes out for him.
Incredible. Dave Roberts' reaction. One of the most priceless things you'll see in Game 7. Stunning. 14th home run in the 9th inning, by the way, that Jeff Hoffman's allowed this year.
Look at that dugout.
Will Smith has a chance.
That's off the plate. I mean, he had a great night behind the plate.
He did.
Really good night. That he missed.
Jordan Baker, the home plate umpire, very good umpire.
Yes, he is.
Vladdy just gets that one off the end of the bat. He hollers at a 3-0 pitch.
Yeah, so off the bat, we were like, oh no.
3-0 changeup.
Next up is Bo Bichette.
There's the changeup.
See, it
That's
just gets
the end.
The end of that torpedo bat. And it dies in front of the wall to Tommy Edman. Yes.
Oh, he just missed it.
All right, so Bo Bichette here has himself a 1-out single.
Jerry, this is where it really is a must-win.
Yeah, right here. Bo Bichette, and then obviously, when you have Vladdy and Bo Bichette, I wonder what they're going to do with Bo because
Isaiah Kiner-Falefa would pinch run Addison Barger. That's ball 4. So now the Blue Jays have 2 on in the bottom of the 9th, the winning run in scoring position. And Yoshinobu Yamamoto threw 96 pitches last night. Hits Alejandro Kirk to load the bases with 1 out.
The sac fly wins it now. You got the bases loaded, 1 out. Whew.
Dodgers bring the infield in. Dalton Varsho hits one to Rojas, Nomar.
Oh my goodness. I mean, this play. You know, you look at sacrifice fly wins this game. He gets off the end of the bat, and then Miggy Rowe, he also slips and double clutches and has to make a good throw. And then when Will catches it, his foot comes off the base. I mean, come on, there's way too much happening in that play, and he's out.
And they finally get Clement out.
Oh, watch
he
this
gave
one.
us a ride. Look at Andy Paz. He was just inserted defensively.
In
One
center
better
field.
earlier.
Knocks over Kike.
And he makes the catch. Are you kidding me?
The concentration, great job by manager Dave Roberts instilling Pages in the game for defensive purposes because of his arm, but also his range. And boy, like a wide receiver going up against a defensive back, yes, a little bit pass interference, but he still made the catch.
Is it pass interference if you make the catch?
Well, yeah, you can decline the penalty.
All right, here we go. Max Muncy with a base hit. Now the Dodgers have 2-1 with 1 out. Teoscar Hernandez comes to the plate. He would walk to load the bases for Pages.
Oh, huge opportunity for the Dodgers. And man.
And they have a runner thrown out at the plate.
Yes. Wow. Gets in on Andy Pages, jams him. Nice play there, too, by the shortstop.
Kike.
Years from now, they're going to watch this highlight and wonder, did we win or lose?
I know. So many opportunities, both sides unable to push a runner across that 5th run.
We go to the 11th. Jerry, it's America's catcher, Will Smith.
Will Smith, we talked about earlier, he missed a couple off the end of the bat. This time he does not miss it. Light tower power. Will Smith, you're right, John. America's catcher in Canada. Outstanding job. Head down on contact. A little bit of a bat flip as well, knowing he got this one to put the show Dodgers ahead.
So they're up 5-4. Yamamoto's already pitched an inning and 2/3 after pitching last night and throwing 96 pitches. But Yamamoto's back out there for the bottom of the 11th. Oral Vlad Jr.
Man, he's so good.
No, here we go again.
I mean, that was impressive.
Great pitch. Unbelievable hitting for him to pull his hands in, get the barrel on it, and keep it fair.
I mean, he is a special player.
Tying run in scoring position, nobody out. Kiner Falefa,
What a great
perfect
bunt. What a great bunt.
And a great play by Yama getting off the mound so he had time for the footwork to make the strong throw.
After walking the runner, the hitter, to set up 1st and 3rd, Alejandro Kirk to Mookie, and there it is. A double play to end the game.
Jerry's speed was faster than ours, and all we
Yes.
hear from Jerry is, Mookie, take it yourself!
That is a true story.
I apologize for nothing.
But as soon as you said that, we knew it was a wrap. And the Dodgers win it 5-4 in 11 innings. They win the World Series 4-3. Yoshinobu Yamamoto, 5 wins this postseason, 3 in the World Series. He is your World Series MVP. Shohei allowed 3 runs in his 2 1/3 innings on the mound. He also went 2 for 5 at the plate. Max Muncy went 3 for 4 with his 3rd home run, and Will Smith went 2 for 6 with the game-winning blast. Dodgers still celebrating in Toronto. They will head back to Los Angeles tomorrow afternoon, and then on Monday it is party time in LA with a parade and rally. Our final thoughts are coming up next. We cannot wait for the parade and the rally on Monday. Our coverage begins at 10:30 a.m. on Sportsnet LA. We will be on the air for 3 hours, maybe longer. You never know. If you want to be out at the stadium for the rally, tickets are available beginning at noon on Sunday at Dodgers.com/postseason. It's going to be another incredible party at Dodger Stadium. It's a party right here in studio right now because the Dodgers win the World Series. We got to have some champagne to celebrate the Dodgers going back-to-back World Series champions. Oral, I'll begin with you. Your final thoughts on the night, on the season, and the Dodgers, that first team in a quarter century to get it done.
There's so many memories with this team and everything that happened, and all the memories are going to start with this game, especially the last 3 innings. It was ridiculous, the contributions.
I mean, when you look at the entire season and what they endured was really impressive, but what a way to end it. I mean, kudos to the Blue Jays because they made this World Series so memorable.
Dodgers never gave up. They never stopped fighting, and because of that, they're back-to-back champions.
So many heroes to get it done, and so many heroes here at Sportsnet LA to make all of this possible. So many people behind the scenes you never get a chance to see. They are the true MVPs. Thanks to all of them. Thanks to you for watching. For Jerry, Nomar, Orlin, Kirsten, I'm John. We will see you Monday from the Ravine, 10:30 a.m. for the parade.
このような試合に立ち会えることが人生で何回あるでしょうか。両チームに感謝しかありません。そして大谷翔平選手、山本由伸選手、佐々木朗希選手、彼らは日本の誇りです。この1年間、彼らの活躍を追いかけることができて本当に幸せでした。それでは次回の動画でお会いしましょう。さようなら。